So, our project is about the U.S. military strikes in Venezuela that sparked global controversy. In early 26, explosions shook Venezuela as the United States carried out coordinated military strikes on key Venezuelan targets. The operation focused on the capture of President Nicolas Maduro, an unprecedented move that immediately drew worldwide attention. Supporters of the action framed it as a decisive strike against narco-trafficking and authoritarianism, while critics warned that the United States crossed a dangerous line by directly intervening in another nation's sovereignty. This event has since become one of the most controversial U.S. foreign policy decisions of the decade, raising serious questions about legality, morality, and long-term consequences. We both believe that the United States should limit further military involvement in Venezuela and instead prioritize diplomacy, multilateral pressure, and international legal processes. While the U.S. may have legitimate concerns about drug trafficking, human rights abuses, and regional security, unilateral military action risks undermining international law and escalating instability rather than resolving the crisis.
The U.S. government justified the strikes by arguing that Venezuela's leadership posed a national security threat due to illegal ties to drug cartels and regional disturbance. Their operation demonstrates America's military capability and willingness. However, the immediate aftermath revealed serious consequences. Airstrikes caused fear among civilians, disrupted daily life in major cities like Caracas, and raised concerns about damage. Internationally organizations, including the United Nations, expressed alarm, warning that the strikes could weaken global norms that discourage powerful nations from using force without international approval. While several U.S. allies questioned whether the operation went well, international law or the U.S. Constitution's requirement from oversight, rather than isolating the Venezuelan government, the actions risked uniting anti-U.S. sentiment within the Venezuela across Latin America, where mentions of part U.S.
Interventions remain strong. Holy.
Supporters of the U.S. action argue that strong measures were necessary. They claim that Maduro's government had long ignored diplomatic pressure, exploited its people, and facilitated criminal networks that harm America's drug trafficking. From the perspective military, intervention was the only effective way to remove a dangerous leader and send a message.
However, this argument overlooks the long-term costs of intervention. History shows that removing a leader through force does not guarantee stability or democracy. Without a clear international mandate or post-conflict plan, intervention can create powerful vacuums, fuel insurgency, and worsen humanitarian crises. Additionally, bypassing international institutions weakens the very rules-based system the U.S. claims to defend, making it harder to condemn similar actions by rival powers in the future. Why this matters to the Americans? Because it sets a precedent for how the United States uses its power in the world. Decisions made in Venezuela affect U.S. credibility, taxpayer resources, military families, and regional stability close to home. They also shape how future conflicts will be handled, whether through cooperation in law or force and unilateral action. Ultimately, how the U.S. responds to Venezuela reflects its values as a global leader, choosing diplomacy and multilateral engagement over continued military escalation, protects American interests while reinforcing international norms that help prevent wider conflicts. The Venezuelan bombings are not just a foreign issue, they are a test of America's judgment, responsibility, and role in the modern world.